Oh boy, things just got a lot better with the NFL. What is up, guys? This is the Sports Nerd coming at you with some interesting news on this lovely Friday. And this is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. Rather than me telling you what my thoughts are, we're just going to break down the news and then say, you know what? Here's the news. Let me know your thoughts, and then that'll be the video. So let's get into the news right away. Now, this is owners' call. The owners' call this today on Friday was discussed about a different issue that I feel like could have been in the way of starting training camp on time, let alone the season could have been starting on time as well. Now, there are many different parts to this agreement, and I'm just going to break it down right away at this moment right now. Okay, so first, if the league suffers a shortened season, players will be paid for only the portion of the season that was played. However, there will be a provision that dedicates future revenue to banking and paying any lost wages that were fully guaranteed. Like, if you had money that was fully guaranteed, they will be dedicated to future revenue. So you'd be paying more in future years to come. Now, the payments, excuse me, but the payments will come at a later date and still out of the league's total revenues. But franchise owners have agreed to pay all the guaranteed money due in 2020 with the players' blessing that any guaranteed monies that aren't paid out this year will be rewarded later. This will help mitigate the 2020 revenue hit for team owners while satisfying the current collective bargaining language that states players get all of their guaranteed salaries for 2020 once the regular season begins. So what this is basically meaning is that if the 2020 season is not played fully, then that means that for the portion of the season that was played, they will be paid. However, if there is guaranteed money that they were supposed to make in the season that they were not make fully, that later on in future years of the contracts, they will get that guaranteed money. So, very interesting point there. Now, second point of this is the practice schedules will be augmented to include a balance of testing, strength, and conditioning, and non-padded practices, with fully padded practices not allowed until the 21st day of camp. This satisfies the 3-week acclimation period that players insisted on before fully padded practices. There will also be no more than 14 days of padded practice between the 21st day of training camp and the start of regular season. So, what does this mean? Of course, going into today, we knew that the players wanted an acclimation period because that was one of the key issues that they were trying to figure out. Now, 21st day of camp, not allowed to padded practices. This is a really good move if came out to be true. Now, remember, this is a video that I'm posting out right now thinking that they're on the verge of agreeing to it. If it is officially actually agreed on, I will then post on later today in the comment section that it was 100% agreed on. So, keep your eyes on the lookout for that. Now, the 3-week acclimation period. So, this is a very, very great way to settle this because players have been insisting for about a few weeks now that they want to have an acclimation period or a build-up period to the beginning of training camp. Not the beginning of training camp. Yeah, so to the beginning of padded practice, if you know what I'm saying. And I think this will 100% do that. But there will be no more than 14 days of padded practice between the 21st day of training camp and the start of the season. Why I think this is a good move? Because think about COVID-19 for 1 second. If you have a person who is on pads all the time, they could easily be spreading this virus. Because remember, these guys are wearing helmets, but you never know what these guys could be wearing. They have the option now that they don't have to wear the face shield that could be provided for them. So this is a very good move, not only for the COVID-19 safety of the players for this season, but also for the players in terms of their acclimation period. Now, the next one is probably the most interesting of the three. This is some more details about the opt-outs. This is as it follows. Players will be given until August 3rd to opt out of next season due to COVID-19 concerns. For those who opt out, the decision will be considered final and they will not be allowed to return. However, the players will still receive some money. Those who present pre-existing conditions will receive $350,000 and of 2020 still count toward their accrued season totals in their pension plan. But for those who opt out for reasons other than a medical condition, will be in line to receive $150K, but will not get an accrued season toward the pension plan. However, there is an additional provision allowing players to opt out during the season in an event of a COVID-related illness within their immediate family or someone in their care. So, very, very big details here. For weeks now, for I don't know how long now, it feels like, players have wanted more details on the opt-outs. Not only do we have a date here, but we have some money details here, which I think is a very good thing for them because this will also give them a little bit more time. So if you're counting by August 3rd, they have a week from this coming Monday to opt out of this season. So that's a very, very important statement there. Now, the last one is going to be that following the totality of cutdowns to a 53-man roster, which for this year is as scheduled September 5th, if the NFL season is still canceled prior to the regular season kickoff, players could be compensated with a $300,000 final roster stipend for the season. If the season is canceled prior to the final cutdown, players rostered on an NFL team the prior season would receive a $250K stipend. That's just in the event, as you just heard, if a season is canceled or to the final cutdown. So, in the comment section below, let me know what you think of this news, how it will affect the NFL season. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit the like button for me. And make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified of the next video. Go Chiefs, everybody.